Hello, Theatre Deli. This is Sam here. First off, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for having video even as an option for submission. Uh, I feel comfortable talking about myself in a covering letter, but I feel more comfortable being able to talk in person and as myself. Disclaimer before we get into the nitty gritty. I have a cat. Her name is Yuki. I'm filming this at home, as you can tell, because I feel most relaxed here. Yuki is quite notorious for jumping on my laptop and trying to get my attention. If she does so during the video, I apologise at this point. So, without further ado, what makes me the most suitable person for this role? Well, this is a kind of three-stage answer from about my growth and my development as a person, as well as my skill set over the last few years, and in particular the last 4 years. So first things first, I'm South Yorkshire born and bred. I grew up in Doncaster, and then when I got a bit older and realised there were places outside of Doncaster, I ventured into Sheffield. So I know a lot of the artists working today in the area. I know a lot of them. In fact, a lot of them I went to school with, or I went to school with their siblings or relatives. I have a great relationship with the working artists right now. I work a lot on side projects with Lauren Townsend, who's currently the assistant producer at Sheffield Theatres, as well as Mikey Cook and some of the other team over there. And I know a lot of the artists working in the area. I have good relationships with them, and I feel like my natural Doncasterness, as well as my natural personality, will allow me to connect with them, will allow me to talk to them and build those relationships with the artists that you're hoping to expand to. The second reason is I'm a Theatre Deli employee. I've been an ambassador for Theatre Deli since 2014, pushing forward the Theatre Deli ethos of changing spaces, of challenging yourself and embracing the fast-paced, chaotic but entrepreneurial spirit of the contemporary artist. That is something that has stuck with me, and Theatre Deli has inspired in me from when I first started working for them back in the Marylebone days in 2014. My first full-time role after graduating was at Battersea Arts Centre. It's where I started building some of my skill sets in development and marketing. I had one development day a month that I spent with either doing fundraising or marketing to build my skills in that. But I was constantly still checking in with Deli, meeting artists, working with artists, working at Deli, expanding my skill set, and slowly embracing and realizing that the Deli way forward was the right way for me. I love that fast-paced, energetic environment that you only get in the contemporary art scene. So after a long enough period of working at Battersea Arts Centre, I handed in my notice, and I've been working freelance ever since, building up my skill set, building up my relationships through projects like Basic Space, as well as my freelance work. I've worked as a producer, director, marketer, fundraiser, production manager, all of these things that give me the ability to juggle multiple balls at once, but still keep my eye on the prize, keep my eye on the goal, which is to work with artists. It's to engage the people that do not get engaged with and bring them into this wonderful, wonderful arts world that we have. I'm a solid communicator. This has come to fruition, especially recently at Blue Elephant Theatre. I've been the main contact, developing our relationships with 3 audience groups that we realised that we weren't engaging with as strongly, and that's pensioners, specifically through Southwark Pensioners Centre, SEN students, specifically through SEN schools in the area, and lastly is LGBTQ plus young people, especially those who have either contemplated suicide or been homeless at some point in their lives. I've worked with these groups because I have a want and a desire to meet them, to talk to them, to bring them into our world, but also to hear their stories and hear the stories that I don't get to hear very often. I'm quite bored of my own story. I've seen enough films and theatre and music and things to go, yeah, I see myself. And I'm kind of bored of it now. I want to be absorbed into a culture that's not my own. When I was working on the Roots maze last year, I was working. It was a maze, an immersive theatre maze, outdoor space, built with and by refugees. And I was talking to some of these refugees, and these guys had amazing stories. But one of the things they said to me was, Sam, I am happy to tell my story, happy to tell the story of what it's like to be a refugee. Um, but that's not all I am. That they're not the only stories that I'm about. And don't get me wrong, the pieces that are exploring those stories, they are vital and necessary and important, and they should be protected and channeled and empowered. But these guys want to tell other stories, and I think that's the same for a lot of audience groups at the a lot of artist groups at the minute, from diverse backgrounds. They are loving the wave of inclusion, but they want to tell more stories than just I am a refugee, or I am a trans person, or I am a artist of color. And I look forward to giving the power and the pedestal to them to do that. I want to ultimately connect with these people and hear the stories that I certainly haven't heard, and I want to be the one to bring those stories to Sheffield. A few years ago, when Jess Brewster said we're opening up a building in Sheffield, I said, that's amazing. Why Sheffield? And she said, because Sheffield's rock and roll. Sheffield is exciting, it's young, it's adventurous, and it wants to do these things. And I hope that I've shown through this video and my CV that I want to do this more than anyone else. But not only that, I have the skill set and the technical skills to back that up. I'm a strong fundraiser with lots of experience, a strong marketer for my age with lots of experience, as well as the good kind of people person with the right kind of taste for contemporary performance to let this venue become what it needs to be and what it already is, but I want to make it stronger. Thank you very much. I hope to see you really, really soon.